I am going to show you these cards coming out, Scorpio. Let's look at them together and see what you need to know about love and relationships right now. So just pulling a couple cards now to get started for Scorpio. Let's pull 10 cards and get a message on what Scorpio needs to know about love and relationships now. I will go further deeper with these cards and clarify as I need to. But first, let's get the initial cards out for Scorpio. So I'll lay these out. We have some water energy coming through with the Queen of Cups right away. Could be you, the Lovers. Okay, Three of Swords. So we know this is a relationship reading. Six of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Cups here. Four of Cups, the Hierophant, the Knight of Cups. So I do have a lot of, fellow King of Cups. Here's your energy. We have all the cup suit here and the Nine of Cups. Wow, lots of heightened emotion involved at the moment, Scorpio. Oh, wow, a lot of feeling, a lot of heightened emotion. Looks like you currently are dealing with another water sign, a lot of you are. We have Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups. So that's the whole crew here of the Cup family, more or less. Kind of telling me that there might be different opinions involved at the moment or different influences in your relationship. You're hoping for this Queen of Cups anyway. I don't think this is you. I think it's somebody else. We have your energy in the King of Cups I'm reading, and you're kind of like hoping for this person. I think you're like looking for somebody that you feel is more like you in a sense. Does that mean anything to you right now, Scorpio? You're looking for somebody like-minded. You're looking for somebody you have something in common with. You're looking for somebody that you can really, that they can understand you. There is a lack of understanding at the moment in an aspect of your life, Scorpio, and you can't have that in your romance, right? That needs to be one of your fundamentals. So there is some sort of an energy here of like both of you in the couple almost looking away from each other at the moment. You're still definitely very much rooted, you're very much rooted to each other, and actually for some this is kind of like a karmic relationship. It may feel like a soulmate kind of relationship or something that just feels much more intense and much more connected. And for some reason your interest is turned elsewhere. I think it's on other things that are going on with people in your life. I don't think you guys are so much focused on your hustle or something. It's more like you're focused on like other people's issues in life at the moment. Together it looks like you are going to a place of fulfillment, but there is some sort of a painful truth hanging over this relationship that you can't seem to get past. It's really annoying because there's so much kind of love and connection there, but you just can't get past one like fact of the matter. And you're like, oh, this would all be perfect if it wasn't for this. And for some of you, it's like coming in the way of a sort of a setback that seems to crop up time and time again. And you get really like sort of 10 steps forward. So it's like this 6 step forward, 3 steps back, or even, and like, so we are making a little bit more progress, but it's like every now and then something creeps up again, and it's kind of getting hard to ignore for some of you. We'll have to pull a few more cards, but what do I see here? I can see that there is some sort of a need or sort of a guiding energy coming through here with the Hierophant as a message that this relationship needs to be taken a bit more seriously. For some of you, you just sort of assume because of this intense love that you share, King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, you think that just because that's there and it clearly exists, and this relationship is really rooted in pure feeling and intense feeling and love, that doesn't really mean that you should be taking it for granted. That, look, you guys have already started to turn away from each other in a sense, not fully. There is receptivity here, but one of you is turning away a little bit more than the other, the Queen of Cups. and their focus seems to be on themselves a bit more, or tending to other issues going on around them that really require their attention. And I just think with this relationship, there might be a tendency to take it for granted because the love is strong, but there's still some sort of a need for you to honor it more, or put more commitment and effort into doing the right thing by this relationship. The person that you're dealing with in your environment, I see Pisces coming through here in the Knight of Cups. It could be a Cancer, it could be a fellow Scorpio, but this Pisces is in the environment, a water sign and energy at least. And they seem like they're very kind of like go with the flow anyway, so they're probably not asking for all that much. Other than that, there seems to be kind of a push-pull and sort of tension between these energies, and that could look like one person in the relationship is yearning for freedom. The Fool card is it's Uranian energy, like so that's, you know, liberating. It is original, independent, not exactly core defining, you know, checklist items that somebody looks for in a relationship. This can be Aquarian energy. Sometimes that can be a little bit more detached in relationships and in modern kind of concepts of what a relationship should be, at least, or kind of at least this is a bit more independent. And, you know, to the other person, that independence might come across as like not committed or not interested and not fully present. And there is a little bit of a lack of being present with each other. You're slightly turned one more than the other. The Hierophant is very much like the other person probably values a more traditional and slightly settled, less radical approach to the relationship. Let's have a look at another deck here. I'm just going to leave this out for reference. This is a kind of contrast. We do have Uranus in the sign of a Taurus right now too. So for some Scorpios, that's sitting right opposite either your sun or your rising or your moon. Sometimes, and with a square from Saturn at the moment in the sky, these are long-term cycles, but that can feel like sort of energetically like it's like that's already a tense aspect. And then for an opposition to you in the sign of Taurus, Scorpio, your sister sign, like that's even more of a tension then, because oppositions can be like contrasting. So you might feel, Scorpio, like this, like an extended kind of like long-term shift back and forth between a need to act more freely, but then a desire to be settled down too. Could be coming up over a longer period of time, from December 2020 playing out over the next 3 years. Okay, so that kind of a longer time that might start to crop up. So that's just something long-term, Scorpio. Let's pull a few more cards to get some clarity here. I'll just briefly pull cards and give a couple more keywords on what could be coming out. So we have the Lovers again, really like here, very strong. Okay, so that Lovers energy is like coming through in the center of the reading to say like this is a really beautiful connection. Okay, there's passion there. Oh yeah, there is passion there for sure. There's like a good connection, but there's something that's causing a reason for a block, and like this is like a crossing, like kind of a deadlock, like stuck kind of a situation. There's a polarizing viewpoint between you guys in some sort of a level, and there is a common, like there's a force that can unite this, but neither of you are listening to it. You think you're on these totally different polarized viewpoints, and really you aren't. You're more similar in a sense than you think you are about what you really want. But there does seem to be kind of a setback when it comes to trying maybe communication, but you keep hitting a block in the road. You keep trying to move on from something, Scorpio, and it keeps coming back up in a snagging way and like catching you kind of and setting you back. Looks like it's not like it's something that can't be resolved. It's just, it's a nuisance more than anything. Father of Wands indicating to me that there is a very strong passion there, this relationship, in this Lovers dynamic. Okay. Okay, let me see. What does this Three of Swords represent? Like a sort of a something that you can't deny kind of a thing. Like, oh yeah, it's great, but we can't deny that this always happens, or we can't deny that I live here and you live there. Nine of Wands, okay. So this is something that, this is the fact of the matter. You've progressed enough on it, like you are doing the 6 steps forward, kind of 3 steps back. So it's not so bad as not getting anywhere, but it's just taking, it's just something shouldn't be happening to block this. And you just got to learn what that is. There's an energy of like, if this keeps happening, I feel like Scorpio will be watching their back or over something. Or at least think that they have to, if that makes sense. And you might just feel like, why are we always being tested with this? Or is it the person you're dealing with? Why are you always bringing this to our door? And I like, you feel, yeah, I can deal with it, but it shouldn't really be happening. Or that could be how your person is feeling, Scorpio. These energies are all interchangeable. Let's have a look at the Hierophant now. So this is coming in as an energy of either traditionalism, conservatism, or like a need to, there's a key to doing the right thing. It's very easy, but you're just missing it. What is it? What is the key here for Scorpio? 8 of Swords in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So there is a sort of playing in your mind that you've made the wrong choice on something, and it keeps over and over again replaying in your mind back and forth that you've made the wrong choice on something. But actually, when you look around, Scorpio, where's the evidence? It looks like everything is falling into place when it's supposed to be. It just doesn't really make sense. But actually, like, what isn't in place right now? Think about that, Scorpio. It's like maybe in your mind, I'm seeing with the 8 of Swords in reverse. And you know this, some of this. Let's look at your person, the Knight of Cups. I'm seeing that as the person that you're dealing with in this reading. And they're taking things slow. They're a little bit cautious. They're equally afraid that this investment isn't going to pay off. Whatever this time and energy, they're equally concerned about that. If you have those concerns, it seems like they do too. Let's see. Let's look at the 9 of Cups then for the outcome of this. I sense that Scorpio is saying it's almost perfect. It's almost everything I want. What else is there to know about the 9 of Cups for Scorpio? Four of Wands and Temperance in reverse, and funnily enough, 6 of Swords in reverse again. It's almost perfect, but that one snag, that setback, that road bumper, roadblock that we keep hitting, so the stability is there, and that's what you're working towards, the stability. There's liberation and stability. I think, Scorpio, you have to take the boredom with the stability. Like, you have to look at the kind of like lulls in your relationship where things aren't as passionate or like exciting or like just connected, where you feel like so inspired by each other and so vibing together and all of it just perfect. You have to kind of take the periods of sort of that seem more stagnated and look at them in how that is stabilizing rather than boring, okay? You know, Scorpio likes a little drama here and there. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, so it's something, it's too out of balance when that's the way, when it is like that, and when, you know, sometimes maybe you kind of go to the extreme on things, Scorpio, and Temperance in reverse is just asking you to bring back into balance. You know, just bring things back into balance, and don't be thinking that like the extreme of every situation, like that, you know, when things are steady, that they're dull, and that's quite extreme, if that makes sense. And that's how I think you might think things feel a little bit more emotionally fulfilling for you as well. This road bump, whatever it is, it's just a snag that keeps getting in the way. Just have a think about what that is, Scorpio, and that could be helpful for you. This is going to be the love and relationship reading I have for you. Sorry, my hair fell down during that, but I will speak to you guys again soon, and I hope you enjoyed that reading. Bye, Scorpio.